My name is Jason Eano. I'm the senior producer for Herman and Audrey, which serves as a development agency for the Remix Project. Remix Project is a charity that acts as an alternative art school. Started in Toronto in 2005, 2006 as a response to a growing issue of gun violence in Toronto. And over the past 2 years, we've been working on building out a Chicago version of the same for the same reason, and given the narrative that's going on in Chicago right now.
So how did you get your start in doing all of this and getting involved in something that's just so cool? I know you mentioned Herman and Audrey as well, so where does your sort of story begin with all this?
I'd been working in fundraising for 3 or 4 years after I graduated from Western. On the side, while I was at university, I'd been, I was throwing concerts, we were starting clothing lines, we were doing zines and stuff like that as part of being involved in school. And when we left, I wanted to continue that, so I started managing bands, working with young artists, photographers in Toronto. One of the artists I was working with brought me by the Remix Project in Toronto. One afternoon where I met Gavin and Drex, who are 2 of the founders of the organization. I was so blown away by what they had built, what this logo, this arm meant to the community that they were representing already. And moreover, I'd never met an organization with a brand that the community was wearing so passionately on the sleeve. And since I had 4 years experience at that point working in development for nonprofits big and small in Canada, just as a contractor consultant, there was a lot of value that I was able to bring to their organization, and it just made a lot of sense to start helping them in a development capacity. A lot of people see me in a connector role. I come over the border on the notion of management consulting. Is how the border guards look at me and let me pass. So it really is in that supervisory role. It's about the transfer of knowledge to the new partners here, the new staff here. It's about getting people around the mindset of what we're trying to do. I find joy in enabling others that are talented with the arts and introducing that to people that may not have been introduced to that before. And circumstance after opportunity after circumstance just kind of lined up, and we ended up here. And then it was really October 2012 when we were walking through this building that that's when it made a lot of sense. It's like, yeah, this makes we're gonna do this. Let's go do this. And we really owe all of that to 4 families, and one is Joey Cacciatore and his dad Joe Cacciatore. They're the landlords here. They've been incredibly giving in terms of the design, the build, teaming us up with Dave Boland, who's the designer of the space, was massive. Dave Boland of the Chicago Blackhawks was a huge advocate for us, incredibly supportive all along the way, lent his name to when this was a seeds of an idea to introduce us to a broader community. When you're asking about who's your first corporate partner in Chicago, you're going to put a top 3 list up there. Jordan Brand would be up there, so that support was massive for us. And it was really that combination fully that brought it together with Gavin and Derek and Joey and myself, just really sweat and tearing and putting it day by day and getting it up here. What remix means, we talk about remixing lives, we talk about remixing culture, remixing the notion of education, and so when you start taking all of the ethos of what this school means, and then you apply a designer like Davide who works solely with found materials, I mean, it got a little out of control. He's got fire hoses holding up benches, he has CTA seats out of train cars, just little intricacies throughout the space, like old framing to go around the base of the pillars, just adding those details. You walk through and it's, you show someone the space for the first time and it's overwhelming. You're not really sure what you're taking in, and there's a lot of really talented people that were already a part of this community. And this school, what it means here is really just providing a center of gravity for the work that was already getting done. Teachers for the Remix Project are always working professionals in the field of choice. So we're broken up into recording arts, creative arts, art of business. So the leaders that are actually running the programs are always leaders in that field. When the youth come in and see that their teachers are those also leading the game, there's a genuine drive that comes over every participant that joins us in the school. With who we're looking for, it's a rare breed, it's an entrepreneurial breed, it's an aggressively creative breed of participant for Remix. So applications will go out in December. People can start applying for the position. Interviews will happen throughout January. So everyone who does apply gets gets an interview, and then the curriculum will start in February, and it runs from 9 months from there, and then culminates in a graduation showcase towards the end of the term.